Welcome to Peace Creek Farm. This is my updated root cellar tour. This has been 2 years now. Here we go. Got my flashlight. Rule number 1, always close the door. I want to keep this coolness in and the warmth out. As you can see, it is a little over 40 degrees. Now, it's been running about 39, but I've been in and out quite a bit, and it's the end of the season. But last night it was 29 degrees outside. So I'm going to see that temperature drop pretty quickly. But when it's 30 below out, it's still just above freezing in here, about 34 degrees all winter. So let's start this tour. As you can see, I've got cabbages going. By tomorrow, I'll have twice this many cabbages if I get it all done. This has been great. We've hung moose in here, goats, chickens, grouse. It's just been kind of wonderful. Not pork. Definitely not pork. So here is our potato bin. You can get a look at that. And these are a little sprouty, but we estimate that we had about 300 pounds of potatoes last summer, and we've been able to share and eat all the potatoes we want. And in about, 2-3 weeks, we'll harvest the rest of our potatoes. So that was just about right for us this year. This big bucket had our carrots in it. There's just a couple left, as you can see. And I've nabbed one out ahead of time. I'm trying to manage a flashlight. Let's see. Oops, that did not work. Let's see. I need a filming assistant here. So let's see. There we go. Here's the carrot from last year. Still has a crunch in it. So pigs will probably get the last of this. I'll cook up the potatoes for them. So what do we keep in here? Let's start over here. Ketchup, mustard, barbecue sauce, some dressing that was on sale, juice, garlic. I don't recommend canned salmon. It's safe and you still get a sound, but that'll go to the dogs. I also don't really recommend olive oil. It'll come back to normal if I bring it in the house, but it gets a little wonky in here. Here is all kinds of new beets and more beets. It's kind of a little hard to see that. I've got pickled beets. Apparently I'm good at growing beets. Apple cider vinegar, pickled eggs, sauerkraut, salted lemons, peppers, olives, and an assortment. There's a kombucha brewing in the corner and lingonberry cordial, lard. And yeah, not everything works out. I kind of understand that if it's got mold on it or it doesn't look right, it's okay. We have a compost. So let's see, what else did I want to share in this updated tour? Oh, when we first started, everything was moldy. We had everything covered with kind of a white mold. And I keep eucalyptus in here. I'd say this container, which is a little less than a quart, I probably have about a tablespoon of eucalyptus. That's non-toxic, and I would spray the wood, just everything, every surface, these buckets, which we're going to do worms in over the winter. I just sprayed everything down with that eucalyptus mix. Now, in the end, you're still going to get a little bit of this white, harmless funk on it, mold. but it's harmless. You can wipe it off. I usually wipe it off with hot soapy water before I open up a lid. That's one thing I definitely learned. Metal lids are also kind of a no-no in here. Well, it's 40 degrees. I've realized that the secret is lots of humidity. And lots of humidity is going to keep things better at a lower or a higher temperature. I've heard of a root cellar called a underground garden, and it really took me a while to wrap my head around that, but it's really the humidity and the darkness and excuse me. That's just kind of what makes this work. So it's not, we're just starting on the root cellar harvest. Excuse me, tickle in my throat. Yeah, so we'll be putting carrots and potatoes and all kinds of goodness, and I will do another updated root cellar tour. Thanks for putting up with my pauses. I don't have a script or a cameraman at the moment, but I am glad that you came to join me. Let's see, we're going to walk out. I'm going to say, if you build this right and square, even when it's really cold, this has not heaved. So that's, I got to say credit to Ellen. Nothing has heaved. This is super tight, even when it's really cold. And we're in our echo chamber. Now, get out of the Arctic entry. Close this. We are back to the warmth and the sunshine, or what's left of it. It's the end of the day. I am so glad that you joined me on this little tour, and I'd put questions in the comments section. I'm not great at answering right away because it is Alaska and we are busy, and I just want to put this out here to see if it helps someone else. I sure had a lot of trouble finding resources when I started, so if this is helpful to anyone, I'm glad, and please share anything that you learned too. Anyway, thank you. Peace out.